Amnesia: The Dark Descent on Steam, 15 euros. A computer that can run Amnesia, $200. Seeing an old naked man in-game, priceless. I have read that Amnesia: The Dark Descent was chosen to be the scariest game ever, so we will give it a review today. First look. The judgment about this game based on a perspective focused on huge development teams that made games like Crysis, Far Cry, Silent Hill and other hits will say, Amnesia is an average game with interesting storyline and characters that do not move their mouth when they speak. The other judgment, that relies on focus centered towards frictional games, an indie development crew based on 4 guys that worked their asses off until they made this game, will say, Amnesia is a great game with interesting storyline and characters that do not move their mouth when they speak. You're in the shoes of Daniel. You have an amnesia because you drank an amnesia tonic, but before that you find an orb that has been protected by a shadow. You took it, released the shadow, and now the shadow hunts you. You then seek help by calling every man you think is capable to remove your shadow, but the only man who responds is the Baron of Brandenburg, also known as the Alexander. You thought he wanted to help you, but he had other plans for you, and I don't want to spoil anything except that. Nothing has really changed between Amnesia and the fictional game's firstborn, Penumbra Overture, a game with interesting storyline and characters that are seen only when dead. The gameplay is all about running, hiding, solving puzzles, and staying in a cover. During the game you will be given no weapons, and no weapons at all. You will only have a lantern and the tinderboxes to fight the darkness, and there's a catch. As long as you stay in the darkness, you will start tripping balls, and your vision will get blurry, and if you turn on your light, the monsters will find you, so there is no easy way of beating the game. To break the monotony, developers implemented some puzzles here and there just to make the game more funnier, but if you're not an adventure game player, you will be bored to hell. The puzzles are solved by pulling switches, placing on items in an appropriate place, and most of the same by using your mouse. So if you'd like to open the doors, for example, you have to pull the mouse in the right direction, and this works very fine, and you will find it interesting for the first 3 hours, but then you will just stop caring about it. So, the gameplay focuses on adventure games, and it's very good, combined with the storyline. There are no cutscenes, the camera will shake and move randomly when you trigger a story event, and the good written dialogues will start. You don't have any weapons, but you can throw almost anything at the monsters, except that won't do anything, because you will be most likely eaten. If you're new to the HBL engine, the gameplay will fascinate you. If you played Penumbra games before, you will find this like an expansion with different textures and storyline, so you will get bored easily. The scare events are controlled by triggers activated only when you finish a quest, and that's a very bad thing, because you will know what to expect every time you unlock the doors or pick up a quest item. The monster will spawn somewhere, and that kills horror. You will most of the time know what to expect, and you'll feel some kind of a deja vu. Even if it's good, the atmosphere doesn't really change. It's like castle, 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 Beckett, castle, more castle, and naked dudes. And you will feel the monotony in every step later in the game. Also, the voice acting could be much, much more better. And yeah, the characters do not open their mouth when they speak. Overall, if you're not a fan of adventure games and you don't want to experiment, then don't buy this game. But if you enjoy good story mixed with a great gameplay and action-adventure experience, go get a game. Why?